In this video, we will be installing VS Code and Python to a portable drive. We will also be writing a script so that when you launch VS Code, you will be placed directly into your Python virtual environment. Go to our drive, create a new folder. We're going to call it VS Code Portable. We're going to go into our browser and we need to go to codevisualstudio.com. We're going to download VS Code, but we're not going to click the large download for Windows button. Instead, we're going to click other platforms. We're going to download it for Windows, but using the zip64. This should download to the downloads folder if you're on Windows 11. And we will just place it in our VS Code portable. Now we're going to want to extract it. We're going to extract it right here. So instead of extracting it to this path, we will extract it directly to our VS Code portable path. Now you could keep the zip file, but we no longer need it, so I'll just delete it. Now you could just open VS Code, and I don't really use any of these features, so we'll just mark done. Now you have a usable VS Code on a drive. Now we need to create a folder, and we're going to call it data. With that, it will, VS Code will automatically detect that this is a portable version, and whenever we install our extensions, they will install to the data directory instead of installing on the user's system. Now we're going to need Python. So we need to go to our browser and go to python.org downloads, navigate to downloads and go to Windows since we're downloading this for Windows. And we're going to get the Python 3.14.3 and Windows Installer 64. We'll go to our downloads and we'll place that in a folder that we're going to call Python 3.14. Then we'll open the application and it will give you a setup. You just add or remove initial features and go ahead and click next and next. Now I've already installed this, so it's going to tell me that my modifier was successful, so I'll need to go in and repair it and everything will install. For you, however, it will just install it directly. Just be sure that you're installing it to VS Code Portable Python 314 folder. And close. And now you have Python. Now's a good time to install our extensions. So we'll just open VS Code, go to extensions, and we're going to want Pylance. We're going to want Python, the Python debugger, and we'll probably want Python environments, but I don't see it here. And Python environments. Looks like it is also installing. And one last thing, I did realize, actually at the time of making this video, that when you install an extension via VS Code for the portable, it will still create a directory in your C drive under users and then your account name, and it will be VS Code and CLI. You could just go in and delete that. I will probably make a video in the future on a script that just does that for you. But I thought that that was addressable. You might just go in and delete it. Just remember that anytime you update or install an extension, it will automatically create that folder. Now on to the fun part, step 4. We're going to actually start writing some code here. So we're going to create a batch file. We're going to name it as code.bat. And we want to place that in our VS Code portable. So, and then we can make sure that it's there. We want to echo off. Then we want to make sure that PowerShell stays in the command window. That will help later. So I like to program in my path directly for PowerShell. That way there's no ambiguity later, and it just always runs the real PowerShell executable. We want no profile, so we don't want to load any user profile. We're going to ignore all execution policy restrictions. And we want to keep the PowerShell console window hidden. That's why we're staying in the same command window. And the file that we want to launch is going to be called, if we create a new one here, new file, and we'll name it launch VS Code PS1. Make sure that that is placed into our VS Code portable. And we open it like this. And then we just want to pause to keep the command window open. That way, later for debugging purposes. So, Save, and we should have no errors when we launch it. All right, now it's time to write the launch VS Code .ps1 script. This is going to be a line-by-line tutorial, so we won't be doing a whole lot of jumping around. It took me a few weeks to learn how to write PowerShell, and then quite some time to write and debug this program. So in no way will I be able to reproduce the original process of me creating this script. I will attempt to explain some key aspects along the way. So just stick with me and we'll power through this one together. So we're just going to start with, what the program does. So we're going to launch a portable VS Code, obviously. VS Code. And we're going to do that dynamically. On 3.14. 3.14. I believe that we did on 3.14.3. Virtual environment. And we are opening VS Code. So basically, what we're trying to do is we're going to launch VS Code, and it's immediately going to take you into your Python virtual environment in a PowerShell terminal. So first we want to determine our core folders. So we want our root to be PS script. PS script root. So what PS scripter does is it, since we're launching it from our external drive, it is going to grab wherever this file is located in that drive. So it doesn't matter what directory folder you're in, it's just going to grab wherever launch VS Code PS1 is launched from, and that's your starting directory. So project is going to be and we want to join our root with so what we need to do is create this Python projects folder. So we're going to go into create a projects do, and we're going to call this projects. So all of our projects will live inside of projects. This will be useful later, not right now. And then we're going to create a new folder in here, and we're going to call it Python projects. So from the directory that launch VS Code PS1 is in, we're going to go into projects and then Python projects. Our virtual environment path will be just like that. Now, we have to make sure that all of our path directories exist. So you don't have to do this step, but it's pretty important later to keep everything flowing dynamically. So for each directory, so if there is no test path directory, we're just going to write to the console that we're creating that directory, and then we're just going to automatically create that directory. Uh, you wouldn't have to do this if you automatically created the directory yourself. Like if you created it yourself, and then if nothing happened to it and didn't get deleted or something. But we're doing this for just in case. Let's go back and add a couple comments here. That way, everybody can properly read this. So this is going to be our projects folder. This will be our Python projects folder. And then this is our virtual environment folder, and Python's going to create this for us. So, and then up here, we'll just add a comment that says that this is like example. So if it's your F drive, and then VS Code like that. And then uh, now we need to create our virtual environment configuration so that it will point to our current portable Python. So if if you if you've unplugged the drive from one computer and plug it into a new one, we have to recreate that folder or that file so that you're always pointing towards the correct portable Python virtual environment. Then we need to create our virtual environment config file so that it points to our current portable Python. And this is going to be just using key value pairs. So we're going to have Python root is going to be a joint path with our root. directory. So Python exe is going to be in our projects folder, and then we'll have Python projects, and then this is where our virtual environment will be. So it'll say a folder like venv. Within that folder, that is where our pyconfig file is. So now we just need to make the pyconfig file. It's going to be just like that. And now we need to fill it with our key value pairs. So okay. 3.14.2. And this is the line where we activate our virtual environment right here using Python. And then -mvenv, and then our virtual environment path, which we created. Oh, my bad. Which we created here. And then we need to run that. So set content path. We'll give it the value of this. Now we just need a helper to turn our backslashes into forward slashes, because JSON doesn't like to work well with PowerShell. So we'll just create a helper function. I think it actually might be an issue with VS Code specifically. I'm not sure. This caused me a lot of issues when I was doing a lot of debugging. Oh, I typed that wrong. space. And we're going to replace our backslashes with forward slashes. And then we're going to turn our project into forward slashes. Then turn our virtual environment into forward slashes. Oh, shoot. All right, let's make sure that uh, I didn't comment that our .vs code folder exists so that our settings JSON file will be in it. We'll just say okay. So we join path with our project, and if there's no VS Code folder, then we're going to create that folder. So if uh, not, we need to test the path to check if it's there, and then whatever. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Basically, we create a VS Code folder if it doesn't already exist. Now we're going to write a basic settings JSON. Uh, we're not going to activate our virtual environment in here. We're going to activate it in our workspace. So we'll just we are so we're going to build our activation command. Activate will be now we have to escape it because the way that PowerShell is going to read the JSON, you have to have multiple escapes. So whenever you manually open the settings JSON file, it will have like 4 backslashes for every single backslash that is needed. So activation path, uh, and we're going to replace this where we have backslashes. Oh, shoot, I hate it when that happens. And we're going to replace it with 4 backslashes. And then our activation command we can't type today at all, apparently. Slash our activation path escaped. Hope I messed something up. Gosh dang it. There we go. Let's double check that I got all that right. Looks good. All right, and then we got to make the JSON. So settings JSON. All right, so I figured out what I did wrong. I had to stop the recording for a moment. I had a double quotes and it was supposed to be a single quotes here. I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. Okay, now we're making the settings JSON. So we need something is wrong with this as well. I don't know what's going on here. So the terminal, integrated profiles, Windows. We're going to be using PowerShell. We're using PowerShell to activate our virtual environment. That's why we're it's going to be so our path needs to be the default path on your PC or a collection of the PCs that you will be using, which should be the same. Uh, for Windows 11 specifically, it will be the same. I believe it's the same for Windows 10 as well. So your path is going to be C, Windows, System 32, version 1.0 is what I use, and PowerShell exe. Args, uh, we're using no exit, so and then our execution policy is going to be bypass. then our command is going to be our activation command. Now the reason why this looks funny is because this is JSON. This is not PowerShell text compared to what I've written so far. So this will create your settings.json file within your .vs Code folder that we created up here. Now we just need to actually create it. So set content. We're going to join path here. I still swear I've made a mistake somewhere. No, I haven't made this mistake. I need to move this to a new line and then look at that. There it is. We're going to build the code workspace. And we'll just say about that. All right, so we need to save folders and put in our path. I don't know why that does that. Oh, it's because I didn't indent it. So path, this is going to be a dot that just says that we are working from this directory. So the directory that we will be in is going to be our projects folder, so Python projects. And within Python projects, we're going to put our .code workspace. It's going to be our interpreter path, so and that is going to be our virtual environment, but we need it to be forward slashes. So we can just copy and paste. Oh, we got to put the curly brackets around it. Don't forget that. Great. And Python exe. And that's just going to automatically be created and it's going to be the same every time. Hope I didn't spell that wrong. We're just going to set to true for our to activate the environment. Going to be our projects folder. And then we'll just, now we have to set the content to run that.
So we're going to have to workspace path is going to be join path
for our project. Workspace. To set content. Like that. Now we just have to launch it. So, launch our portable VS Code. Cool. See, it's going to be join path. Root. And yes. Then we want our workspace path to be our arguments list. So it's just like that. Now this part is optional. You don't really have to do this, but for debugging purposes, especially for the first time that you're going to run it, it might come in handy. So we're just going to say debugging output. Just write host. Probably want to put it on a new line. So that is that guy. And we'll just say launch summary. Host. We probably want to know where our root folder is. So it's going to be root. Our projects folder. Forwarded. Project. Oh, I've done something wrong. Our virtual environment. Forward. And we could just always say that we launched VS Code. Speed it up a bit and save. So there were so many bugs that I decided to just fix them all while I wasn't recording, and then I'm just going to record and uh, show you what I fixed. So we never created an actual virtual environment. We just created the config file. I had to go ahead and go in, and we are generating this now. So we just had the Pi virtual environment config file. Now we are generating the rest of everything to create our virtual environment. The most important line is this one right here. We already had the Python root. So basically, if Python exe uh, doesn't exist, create. Uh, I accidentally put version 3.14.3. That is that. I put 3142 and it's actually 3143. I misspelled function. This is the correct folder name. It is version 1.0 for a lowercase v. It is not capital as I had it before. I did not know how to spell scripts apparently, and it wouldn't be the first time. Uh, environment was spelled improperly, so that did not do what it was supposed to. And arguments list is argument list, not arguments list. So just save that, and then you can go back into the VS Code portable, and when you launch the batch file, you should be able to open folder, select your folder, which is Python projects, and you won't directly see that you're within your virtual environment. I think that I downloaded a PowerShell script or extension. I think that I downloaded a PowerShell extension that is giving me this every time. I imagine if I delete the extension, then I won't have that problem anymore. But this pops up every time. I just haven't got to that yet. But if we create a new terminal, you will see that we are in our virtual environment. So we could potentially create a new file and call it uh, hello pi, and then hit hello world, and then run it. And it will run hello world. The last thing we need to do is create a VBS script so that it hides our terminal window that pops up every time that we launch our VS Code. So file, yes, and we will save that with our code exe, our launch VS Code, and our VS Code batch file. So we want to set h2 w script shell what sh run. We want to run VS Code bat with 0, meaning we close the terminal window immediately, and then false, so that it is immediate. so we're not hanging around waiting. Now, if we close out of that, we should be able to launch it here and not have an extra terminal window. Just like that. For those of you who think this is inefficient and you don't enjoy all of your Python projects being under the same working directory, I don't blame you. You're right. Don't worry, version 2 is underway. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on version 2.